I'm resetting the NHL to a fantasy draft and we'll be selecting 20 players for my team. For today's challenge, each player must weigh more than the previous. After all my choices have been made, we will put the lines together and simulate through the season with the hopes of winning a Stanley Cup. How's about we find out what team we're representing for today's draft? It is the Utah Hockey Club. This draft will actually have a little bit more leniency. Like when we did the age draft, whether you start at the highest or lowest, you can basically only skip 1 or 2 ages. Whereas weight, it's more like the salary one where you can afford to take some gaps. So let's say somebody weighs like 160. I could probably jump to 170 and still be all right. That's a good one, Jabroni. No. You know what? I'm going to confidently say we have draft pick number 17. It's the first number that... Did I turn fantasy draft on? Let's find out. If I have to go all the way back, I'm going to be so upset. I didn't. I did not turn fantasy draft on. Oh, I knew it too. Why didn't I just go back? Yeah, this guy right here skipped right past you. As I was saying before, draft pick number 17. Let's see it happen. I'm pretty sure we could even get somebody in the 150s, but we'll have to wait and see. We're pick number 8. All right, there should be somebody good. For some reason, I didn't expect Kucherov to weigh 182. I don't know what I expected him to weigh, but not that. I've seen a bunch of 175s, which honestly is kind of concerning. 176, he could be clutch for second round. Well, at 175 pounds, we are going to be selecting Jack Hughes with our first pick. And at 176, we have Pettersson, who is also a centerman, and they're both playmakers. But we'll make it work. I think this draft might take a little bit longer than I anticipated. We do need a sniper. 180 pounds, Alex DeBrincat at 87 overall. Oh, that's huge. Zuccarello, what a goat. 181 pounds. That is exactly what we needed. That's not a big jump either. Jonathan Marchessault. I don't think Trocheck will still be there, but he would be insane to get as our next pick because he's 187. So let's try to make this happen. But I don't think so. 188, Peter Mrazek, 84 overall. He might be our starter, to be honest with you, which isn't the end of the world. We do need some defensemen. I don't know if I'm going up too fast here with the pounds, but I feel like there's a lot of people that weigh the same, and it's very hard to get specific. Like 181 was really rare. But Hronek might be the move at 190. Oh man, we could have had Aberle at 190 as well. Would have been a sniper, but Brian Rust is right here. He's also 85 overall, two-way forward, and 192. So I think that is quite good for our current situation. How about another 85 overall guy? Rickard Rakell, as I like to call him. He's 195, two-way forward. We're going to be stacked offensively. We're very deep anyway. No way these guys both weigh 195. Give me a break. One of them can't weigh 196. Speaking of 196, Kyle Palmieri. We can't find a defense to save our life right now, but offensively, we're getting guys. We also already have 6 right wingers, but we're not going to talk about that. Yes, Ethan Bear. We needed a defenseman. And he's only increasing it by 1 pound. 197, that is clutch. 199, Braden Shen, another forward, sure. But honestly, we need centers and we need left wingers. Salary cap, oh wow, we do not have a whole lot left. But I'm still going to take them. I've actually just lied to you right now. We will in fact be going with Colin Miller because I'm a little worried about the cap space. I don't want to go over, and he's 200. So we still have a lot of players way above that, and... we only have, like, what, 8 picks left? Easy. Yeah, we've got options. Like, we've got Alexiak here at 257. Brent Burns is a heavy man as well, so I don't think they're even going to get drafted. We can probably wait to get them as the last 2. At 201 pounds, Scott Wedgwood will be our backup goaltender. This team is looking... interesting. Man, if we had the cap space, I would love to take Jamie Benn. At 205 pounds, Capitals legend and centerman, the Dane himself, Lars Eller. Or Leller, if you might. 206 would be elite for Logan Couture, but not at 8 million. 209 pounds for another centerman, I guess, Nick Bjugstad. Sure. Taylor Hall, believe it or not, would be our first left winger. But the cap space, I just can't do it because I'm holding off. I want to get Burns and I want to get Alexiak. You know what? Greenway would actually be kind of fire. And he is 231. What does Burns weigh? 230. So we can actually take Burns with our 18th pick. You know what? Screw it. Jordan Staal, 89 faceoffs. We will just force people to play positions they're not used to. It is what it is. Oh no, we're not going to be able to get both of them, are we? No, we're not. Well, that sucks. Hakanpää, what a goat. He is 6'7", an absolute beast. 222, defensive defenseman. say less. Screw it. We're jumping right to Brent Burns here. 230 pounds. Fire me up. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way that Greenway is gone. Holy smokes. Klim Kostin, 232 and 6'4". Thank you. There has to be at least one defenseman making 3 mil or less that weighs over 232. There has to be. Well, Savard would have been nice, but he's making 3.5. This guy's 6'7" and 231. If he is not it, I don't know if we're getting someone. Tenorti's pretty close. I mean, he weighs the same, 232. McElrath, and he's pretty much a consequential draft anyway at 75 overall. Another one that's close, Ben Harper. I am going to go through all the defensemen if I have to, but I think we might be stuck with McElrath, which at this point I'm kind of hoping that we are. Imagine there's been a way to sort by weight this entire time. That would be devastating. I've reached the bottom, so we will have to take McElrath, who is the same weight, but again, even if he wasn't, it's like a 75 overall player for running out of players anyway. I'm checking forwards just to be sure, but I believe that McElrath is probably the heftiest lad remaining. There's Michael McCarron, but also 232. Man, where's Dustin Byfuglien when you need him? I found a guy though, Curtis McDermott. We're gonna have to play a forward on defense. It is what it is. Hopefully we can convince them. No, you can't even with the chemistry. Well, shouldn't have run out of players. Draft overview. Let's put these lines together. Andre, sir, do whatever you want. Just wanted to confirm we only have 5 defensemen up here. And by the way, every single one of them, right defenseman. This team's gonna stink. This is what our offense looks like. A whole lot of players in spots they're not supposed to be. Like ADB wants to be a first line forward, so does Marchessault. Rust and Raquel want to be second line forwards. Our defensive forward is gonna be Kyle Palmieri, so that should go swimmingly. I don't see any potential issues. Mrazek as our goaltender, Scott Wedgwood backing him up. This might be our worst team in a while. Which, who knows? Jack Hughes gets the most points. He is going to... You know what? I'm going to do something crazy here. I'm going to do this. I'm doing it because ADB is a sniper, and I want Hughes to be able to sauce the biscuit as well as Zuccarello. So yeah, let's say that Jackie Boy gets the most. He will have 88, and our team gets 37 wins. Let's see. I had some conversations. Only 2 players of the players that would potentially buy in weren't about it. So we'll go back to them, and then when I eventually do convince them to fit into this scheme, we'll go look at the lines one more time so we can see what our finalized chemistry looks like. I also wonder if I can get that third defensive pair up to a 0 with Palmieri there, just by talking to his D partner, Hakanpää. If we even sniff a playoff spot, I'm going to consider this an all-time success. We just got offered a trade. Matheson, you say? For 2 seconds. I did not initiate this trade. Is he a left-handed defenseman? They sent it. You guys were talking about trades, so I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah. Thank you. All of the conversations were successful, so this is our final chemistry. We got a 5 on the first line. We had that anyway. A +3, a 1, and a 0. Defensively now, we got 3s across the board, which is absolutely beautiful. With that, let's see if the Utah HC or the Utah Mammoth are going to be decent, and if we can actually get into a playoff spot. That Matheson trade is exactly what we needed, but I still don't know if it's going to be enough. We're not doing bad. Like, we're kind of floating around 500 minus the overtime. How's our division looking? You know what? We're right there. So this is actually extremely doable. We're actually tied for first in the division with the Stars right now. They do have 1 game at hand, but still. It's a very volatile division right now because you could lose 1 game and jump down 4 spots. Don't get post-trade deadline collapsed. Don't do it. Come on, we got to win some games here. That is going to be a win against Seattle because I saw our points go up on the right side. I feel like our division might just be kind of cheeks, which is why we stand a chance because we have 37 wins, nearly 30 losses, but we are still very much in contention here. And if we win 1 game, we could shoot right up. But if we keep losing, we're not going to make it. Oh, you clowns. Yeah, that probably just did it. We pretty much have to win all 3 of these last games. That's a start. Overtime loss is a point? And a win? Yes, we got in. You've got to be kidding me. Wow, what an end to the season. With 91 points, the Utah Hockey Club finished 4th in the division, but we were 1 point ahead of Chicago and only 2 behind the division winner. The team we're playing, the Seattle Kraken, won the President's Trophy, so that'll be fun. It was the top 16 teams that made it though, so you know, I think we belong. Jackie went crazy, 103 points. I love that. ADB had 75, 72 from Zuccarello. Defensively, we got some points going on. Hronek put up 60, which is amazing. 45 for Burns. Matheson, more of a shutdown guy, but still got 35. Peter Mrazek had 29 wins and an 899. Scott Wedgwood had 11 wins and an 899. Didn't get goaltending. I'll tell you who did get goaltending. The Buffalo Sabres. Bucky had 43 wins, 6 shutouts, and a 921 save percentage. What a season from him. This is a weird game, but let's play it. Who led defenseman? It's Cale Makar, but he wasn't point a game. Nobody was. That's insane. The greatest goal scorer of all time, Ovechkin, had a nice amount of goals, 121 points, so it looks like he's going to get the Rocket Richard. He got the Art Ross. Once again, we might be seeing an awards ceremony janitor cleaning up. Our opponent in the President's Trophy winning Seattle Kraken have Ovi, Barkov, and Robertson. These two together should not be legal. Their second line consists of Holloway, Rossi, and Nyquist. I actually really like that second line, and their third line is unreal. So is their fourth. Wow. Yeah, this is just a good team. Well, they were good. And then I came across this. So they're just outscoring their problems is what I understand. I don't know. Let's see if we can give them a run. First 3 games. How will we fare against the team that finished first in the NHL this season? We start off with a big 6-3 win. Bounce back with a 2-0 loss, which sucks. And oh no, a 1-0 loss. They don't win the next 2 games. They don't do it. It doesn't work out that way. That is not how this story concludes. Or is it? No, it's not. 8-2 win, huge. Push it game 7. You won't do it. You won't do it. Well, I was right. Simulated into the Stanley Cup final here, but thankfully it was only 2 games and they exchanged wins. So it is now a best of 5 between the Ottawa Senators and the Dallas Stars. Dallas has the Breadman, who I almost took with our first pick. He is also 175. Horvat and Fiala, that's solid. They got Stanky Leg, Lindholm, and Brady Tkachuk on the second line. Craziness. Yeah, they're very solid offensively. They're okay defensively. Clearly good enough to get by. I mean, 284s on your second pair is nice. And then TVR with Shillington. Yeah. And their opponent, not one single X factor on offense. Bratt, Hischier, and Kakko. So they reunited these two right on, and they put Capo on the right side. Joseph Kerfoot. What is going on here? Why is McTavish on the third line? I got a lot of questions. The questions are still spinning. What is up with this defense? There's no reason this team should be good. None. Anyway, I will spam this button until we are awarded a Stanley Cup champion. The Dallas Stars go up to 1, but the Sens tie it right back up, so they are really exchanging wins here. Will they do it again? They do. Game 7, who's going to take home? Wow. I thought the pattern was going to continue, but the Senators decided to break it with their severely mediocre team. Good for you. Everyone loves a good underdog story. I mean, the boys showed up. We got 7 points from Hughes, 5 from ADB, Zook, and Hronek, 4 from Bent Burns. Nice. Can't even blame our goaltender. Peter Mrazek had some solid numbers here. So I think we just, ran into a better team. I think there was some low scoring losses there. 1-0, 2-0. The man, the myth, the legend. Stewie Decimal System. 919 save percentage, 272 GAA. Not a good playoffs for defensemen at all. This is actually quite sad to look at. Now that's crazy. He had over a goal a game in the playoffs for the Jerks. 32 points in 18 games with 20 tucks. Disgusting. Brady Tkachuk had 12 goals and 32 points in 26 games. Konechny, he must have been playing with Matthews. Yeah, 100%. I guess the Conn Smythe goes to Jesper Bratt or maybe Nico Hischier. I don't know. You could give it to Stewie, but they won't. Ovi with the Art Hart combo. Makar gets the Norris. Kaprizov awarded the Lady Bing. Celebrini takes home the Calder. They did award the Conn Smythe to Jesper Bratt. Vezina to Hellebuck, but Demko gets the William M. Jennings. Bill Masterton to Keandre Miller. Green awarded the Jack Adams. Barkov with the Selke. Ovechkin gets the Ted Lindsay. And also the Rocket Richard. There's your playoff tree. Unfortunately, we were dusted in the first round, but we got in, which I wasn't really expecting, so the boys exceeded expectations. Now we have to try the inverse of this draft and see which one is more difficult, and I'm really hoping it was this one, because that was not easy.